Hey everybody, Jake with Moving Forward Every Day. Quick video today is titled Being More, and it comes on the heels of a bunch of conversations I had today. We can all be more than what we are. We all have that potential. Some people are a lot, in a good way. They do a lot, they achieve a lot, they accomplish a lot, they progress every day, they grow every day, they help others every day, and even they admit that they can be more, so they continue to move forward every day. But there's two main words that come with being more for me that I really want to impart to people, and the first one is dream. We all know what it is to dream, and I don't mean in the dark recesses of night when we're sleeping. I mean to have a dream, to have a grandiose goal. We all need dreams. We all need that. And the people who have given up on theirs completely or have let themselves be redirected by other people's negativity or not understanding their dream, they're not living in their dream. And I'm going to give an example of that, and it applies to so many people, but this is a really obvious example. One of the conversations I had this week, there's a homeless camp right near where I work. And I used to work directly with the homeless. I still work with them on different levels, but I used to work at a homeless center and homeless shelter. I directed both, and I worked very closely with homeless folks. And so these folks, they are who they are. They're people, and I'm pretty comfortable talking with them. Somebody stole my riding lawnmower right off of my property. So I went and looked to see if I could find it, and I did. I found it. I found it about 100 yards away in the woods, right next to one of the larger homeless camps here. And so there's been a couple of people who have lived there for the last year and a half since I got here. They actually have built themselves some cool stairs, and it's a really kind of functional camp, and everybody is leaving them alone. And as far as I can tell, they're not the ones doing anything to hurt the community abroad. It's the people who come and go, who appear for a little while and then disappear. That's whenever something kind of bad happens. Not that I'm advocating that they should get to live in the woods free of charge, but that's kind of the point where I'm getting at. I spoke to them probably for the 10th time, but I had a long conversation with the gentleman who does most of the building at that camp, and I said, "Is this where you saw yourself?" I said it nicely, like it was casual conversation, but is this where you saw yourself when you were young? And he said, no, and I won't divulge his secrets or dreams, but he did say, I really wanted to do this, and I really wanted to be this. Those were my dreams. And he used the word dreams, and that's what got me to start thinking, so why are you here? Well, because this happened and that happened, and this is too hard and that's too hard. And that brings me to the second word. So the first, you have to have dreams. You have to have lofty goals, things that move you and inspire you, right? And those dreams have to be aligned with reality in some way. If your dream is world peace, but that's not something that you can really work to affect, it's not a real dream. It's a great dream to have for, the world, but we're talking about you. And that's the second word, is work. Your dream has to be something that you can work towards. It doesn't mean your dream can't be completely unrealistic to the minds of others. Getting to space was somebody's dream, and everybody else said, absolutely not possible. We got to space. Breaking a 4-minute mile was somebody's dream, and everybody else said, absolutely not possible. Doctors are on record writing, saying a human's heart would literally explode. Well, somebody had that dream and was able to work towards it. So that's the most important part here is it's great to have a dream. I have a dream that I'll be fireproof in 5 years. How do I work towards that? Light myself on fire and then I die or I get hospitalized, and it's not a realistic dream, right? Unless I can figure out a way to actually work towards it. And those are the two words, dream and work. And those are the two things that are missing. Tons of people still have dreams, they're not willing to put in the work. Work is when you have to put forth effort, and sometimes you fail and sometimes it's hard. Tons of people work really hard. The guy building that camp out there works really hard when he's sober. And I'm not saying that as like a blow. That's another thing that has gotten in the way of his dreams, right? When he's sober, he works really hard, but not towards his dream. Not towards what he really wants. Having his own little camp where people bug him and put stolen property next to him so he's always being questioned, and being drunk a lot of the time, and dealing with the weather on the level he has to deal with it. These were not his dreams. This is not truly what he wants. But it's what he works towards, because working towards his dream is too scary, too hard, too many things happened, right? So he's still got the dreams, he's just not working towards them. And then there are people out there who work really hard all the time, but not towards any dream. They don't even know what their dreams are. They don't know what they want to do. And that is sad and scary. When you find something that you're passionate about, that you can work towards, and here's where dream and work come into a head, where they reach a pinnacle. It has to be something that moves society and community forward. If your dream is to eradicate the human race and you start working towards that, well, your dream sucks, and somebody's going to take you out before you get to that, because there's 7 billion humans. You're outnumbered, right? And I'm just trying to make up some stuff that help you see the picture. Dream, work, moving the human race forward in a healthy way. We've done so many things. People have had dreams, put the work in, but that pinnacle point wasn't something that was actually really healthy for the human race. Cigarette companies, whatever their dream was, if his dream was, I want to have everybody in the country smoking by this year, and he put the work in and got really close, so many people smoke, right? But the pinnacle, that's not healthy at all, right? And now we have lots of people who are addicted, a lot of money that's spent on it, and it's one of the biggest sources of trash. It's because people just throw them everywhere. And this isn't about smoking, and I'm not trying to pick on people who smoke. It's your life, do your thing. My point is, there's these 3 points. My point is, there's 3 points that have to connect, and it's having a real dream that you can and will work for, that will move you and us forward in a healthy way. And we're missing, so many of us are missing 1 or 2 of those components. I mean, there's probably a lot of people who are missing all of those components. They don't do anything, right? And it's not just homeless. I know people are going to say, well, you're just talking about the homeless. That's not even where I was going with that. The point is, we can be so much more. All of us. You can be so much more. Figure out what you're passionate about that aligns with something that is healthy, that you can actually work towards. And then, here's the biggest, hardest piece. For a lot of people, they say the hardest piece is just finding what they're passionate about. That's a cop-out. That's not the hardest piece. There are some people with maybe some mental health issues, maybe depression, maybe severe anxiety, where figuring out what they're really passionate about is a difficult thing because so many other things get in the way. So that's true, but we're talking about most people. Figuring out what you're passionate about and what you love is not hard. Putting the work in towards it overcoming all the negative people, all the toxic people, all the toxic thoughts that you have, but it's not supposed to be this way, but this was not supposed to happen, but this failure, but this mistake, but doesn't feel safe. Maybe I should just go to college and have a standard career because I'll make money. Getting past all of those things to put the work that supports your dream, that is also healthy. See how I keep making this weird pyramid shape? Triangles, it's my favorite shape. That's where it all comes together. And if you just let go of the fear and the anxiety and the naysayers and work towards what you're passionate about, you can be so much more. You can start working towards that healthy moving forward for you and for community. And that's what this is all about. We can move forward together. We really can. You just have to put the work in. And work is hard, right? But it's worth it. It's worth it. So figure out what you're passionate about that moves us forward in a healthy way, moves you forward first in a healthy way, and then community, because you live in community. If your community is unhealthy, you will become unhealthy. You can't be the only cell in a body of cancerous cells and withstand forever. So it has to be about making the organism healthy. As much as we might want to be selfish or not think about that way, think about it that way. So find your passion, figure out how to put in the work, and make it healthy. And if you have questions about that, reach out to me. Reach out to somebody else who's doing it for a living and staying positive about it, who's going to be there for you to answer questions and try to help guide you and not say, well, I don't get it, that doesn't make sense. What's your fallback? What's this? No, those are the people who are afraid. That's not what you need. What you need is support and an actual plan, okay? Don't give up on wanting to be a doctor when you don't have to. All right, the homeless guy wanted to be a doctor. And he didn't tell me not to tell anybody. I was just trying to be respectful, but now that I'm thinking about it, nobody knows who I'm talking about, and it's not disrespectful. He told me that he wanted to be a doctor. That's a cool thing to be. My brother's a doctor. It's amazing. Don't give up on that just because it's hard. Anyway, go out and change the world, because you can. You are so much more. Keep on thriving.